Profit with Purpose. I'm your host, Alissa Huang. Today's topic is the green era, which we will be introducing how society and businesses have begun to recognize the importance of social impact and focus on common objectives such as CSR and the ESG goals. This podcast is being brought to you on the Blue Panther Media Network. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you haven't seen the previous episode, then I would kindly remind you to do so, since it would be a great introduction to understanding short-term and long-term balance. The link will be provided below. Without further ado, let's delve into today's topic. Before we delve into the common objectives, let's start by discussing why we should start caring. First of all, as we all know, the global issues of climate change and social inequality have become more evident, and businesses have started to realize that they may play a role in causing the issues. Industrial pollution, manufacturing processing, and natural depletion are all business practices that contribute to climate change. Also, stakeholders like consumers and investors are becoming more aware of their impact, so they show it by choosing more sustainable and ethical businesses, those that are committed to positive societal and environmental impact. And lastly, governments have stepped in with regulations such as limiting the cap on carbon emissions a firm can release in a year, and violating it can of course lead to different levels of penalties. Therefore, since businesses need to align with this new expectation and also the new increase in sustainable market demand, they need to adopt CSR as their strategic approach. So what exactly is CSR? CSR stands for Corporate Social Responsibility. Meaning that companies need to be conscious of their impact on the society, whether it be the aspect of economic, social, or environmental. This leads to the rise of ESG goals, or environmental, social, and governance. The environmental component focuses on not only pollution, but also designing a business model that causes the least amount of negative impact. The social component covers employee welfare, equality, and community engagement. And governance is responsible for creating different policies to continue to guide more green and ethical business practices. The ESG goal reaches different industries. An example in the tech industry would be Google's approach of leading towards a more sustainable future. Google has been carbon neutral since 2007 and has set a goal to operate entirely on renewable energy by 2030. Fast fashion companies like H&M have also made efforts to address sustainability and social responsibility in recent years. H&M hopes to use 100% recycled or sustainably sourced materials in their products by 2030 and have started the recycling initiatives to encourage consumers to return used clothes for proper recycling. Also, multiple financial service companies have not only used ESG goals as a guidance, but also provide financial or consulting services for other companies. For example, one of the big fours, KPMG, has the service greenhouse gas accounting, assisting its clients in measuring and managing their greenhouse gas emissions while offering different strategic sustainable approaches. ESG is what all corporations now are accounted for. It is a new metric and language for communication, which means it will become a new metric for assessing companies and may even determine their long-term competitiveness. As mentioned before, a green business image is key to influencing their consumers and investors. It would be a critical aspect to creating shared values with stakeholders. This means that ESG would be an important aspect when the industry is doing valuation when it comes to mergers and acquisitions. So, tying back to the topic from the last episode, knowing how to properly address the issues and use it as a strategic opportunity will become an advantage for different businesses. That's all for today's episode of The Green Era. Join us next time as we dive even deeper into how sustainable thinking opens up more opportunities. As I mentioned before, every action counts, and together we can create a future filled with compassion, equality, and lasting impact. Let's pave a path towards profit with purpose. I'm your host, Alissa Huang, and once again, this podcast is being brought to you on the Blue Panther Media Network. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.